be a time when you'll do it normally and cross on the stairs like everybody else does? I mean, what I'm saying is, I suppose, is, will there come a time when you'll cool things down as far as your work is concerned, and maybe Helena will, where you...
I hope so, yeah. Why not? I can't... We'd look pretty stupid at 50 doing this, wouldn't we? Well, some people don't, maybe. Yeah, well, I don't know. I have no plans for that, but I suppose so, yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks very much indeed.
All right. Cheers.
And when you're not playing on stage or having parties touring around the world or shooting videos for your new single on the Greatest Hits album or whatever, you're sort of hanging around catwalks and backstage and things like that?
Not really, no. Yeah, occasionally. It's not my other life. It's not my secret life or something, no. But yeah. My girlfriend's in that business, so I go along and see what she does, and she sees what I do. Try and mix it up a bit.
It's fascinating, actually, because I was... Can I drop a name here? I'll drop a name. Why not? I was talking to David Copperfield the other week, and I said to him, "How on earth do you manage to match up? I mean, how do you manage to hold down a relationship when you're busy doing what you do? Helena's busy doing what she does. Often, I would imagine, at different ends of the earth. Yeah. I mean, how do you do it?
It's not, it's not that tragic. It's pretty easy, actually. Mainly because we can both move around. I mean, it's not like normal hours, It's difficult for actually, it's more difficult for our separate managers to organise. That they must go insane because we're like 12 hours in one country and then we'll meet up for 6 hours here and all that sort of stuff. It's really, I'd like to just, be able to do it normally, but that's the way it goes. No, we're okay. If one, when you have it's pretty. I think that's a pretty normal kind of relationship these days. Most people have, most people in a relationship, both people work, and we probably have a better chance of seeing as much a chance as anyone else of seeing each other. From what I can see.
And will you put your feet up and have a drink?
Kind of, yeah. It's harder than that. I promise.
I was reading actually in all the bumps that I pulled out the papers and stuff beforehand about. There's an interesting article about riders that artists have in their contracts when they go on tour, and in fact you were mentioned there as having some Thai kickboxer or whatever. I don't know.
What, in a bowl?
Yeah.
A sorted Thai kickboxer.
I mean, do you make any demands like that when you go on tour to have special bits and bobs laid on?
Not really.
Easy-going sort of guy.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's more than you need. Most of it's for your friends or people who come along anyway. While you're on stage, by the time you get back, it's all gone. No, we don't have any special requirements. Oh, I know Tim does. Tim has big need for the right temperature beer, which is very Aussie of him, but that's about it.
What about touring? I mean, I don't know what your plans are at the moment.
There's no touring for the moment, but we already finished a tour a while back, 6 months ago. But what we're going to is go around the world and have parties, and just instead of the usual press and stuff, we're actually going to invite people along to parties and then get other bands to play our songs at these parties. Young bands, anybody we can find, really, friends, whatever. Get them to play a couple of songs at parties.
Very confident then, having a new single on a Greatest Hits album, really, isn't it?
Well, strangely, that's what you do these days, as they say. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that it's like a chronicle of your life, that you're saying it as the artist, as the performer, because quite often that's how a record listener, a record buyer would feel as well, really, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
if they've been following charting your success right away from the start.
For sure. I mean, I guess for real hardcore fans, it's a must. But I'm really happy with it. As I said before, when you listen to it, it's not as if we're a kind of band that has one style that we've flogged over and over and over like 3 albums or something. It's a lot of years there and a lot of different. We've tried had a few attempts, different styles, you know. So it's a pretty interesting album.
What is it? Greatest hits albums in general, I suppose, are an easy way for people to get into a band if they're not into INXS already. But do they serve any other purpose apart from a marketing exercise?
No, they're a good marketing exercise, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is. That's a good point. I suppose people will come along and have a look at it and think, oh yeah, maybe I heard one or two songs and I like that one, and they pick it up and they get back into it. Actually, I was listening to it myself and thinking that it's quite a diverse album. It's strange looking at little slices of your life, you know, and thinking about where you were when it came out and what happened, and you know, it's like a soundtrack to half my life anyway. So, you know, for us it means it's kind of there's an emotional attachment as well. But apart from that, you know, we got a new single on it called Stranger's Party, and that's out. We're doing a video for that today, later.
But I wouldn't have thought that you'd have lasted quite so long if you had stayed with one style.
Yeah, I guess not. Oh no, actually, it seems to work for some people. Yeah. We're trying to branch off once again next time around. Yeah.
Is it possible to say then if there are any favourites on the album, on the collection?
Favourites?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, What You Need's a favourite of mine. What else? We're including. Let's see. It's like they're all favourites. They all did well, you know. What You Need is definitely a favourite, yeah. Because one of the first songs we did with Chris Thomas, and we really got a style going, and it sort of started us.
Right. What are we going to start talking about first, then, Michael? I suppose the album might be a decent place to start. Yeah, Greatest Hits. So that's an original title. Tell me about it.
It's what is it? 16 songs. It depends where you're in the States or Europe, but it's just about every single song that ended up on the charts, or a couple we threw in because we liked them, and over the 10 albums over the last I guess 12 years of recording.